Ooh, it is cold, cold, cold all over the country. So I'm not gonna act like I'm the only one. But welcome to episode 262. Oh, this is gonna be a cold Red and Real show, but it's still gonna be fire too. Well, episode 262. What we got going on this week? Well, the Hawks have some front office shakeups. We'll see what that's gonna happen with that. Willie McGinnis goes crazy. Mets breaking the bank. 80 out again. Franco Harris, what a legend. Pro Bowl teams are revealed. Christmas time, so we might discuss our favorite Christmas movie and our sports Christmas wish list. Uh, Other than that, shoot, we finna go on and get started. It's cold, so the quicker we can get done, shoot, the quicker we can warm up. All right, everybody, episode 262. Let's get it started.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Red and Rev Sports Show. Red is coming to you live from the ATL
Y'all,
and I'm coming to you live from the East Coast here in Philly, Huntsville, Pennsylvania. We're coming to you live from the Real Sports Talk because we are real sports fans. Who are real sports athletes who have what, Red? Real
sports knowledge.
So hang out with your boy Red. Red. Hopefully Coach will get his Wi-Fi right. For episode 262 of the Red and Rev Sports Show. And now, pinch hitters Coach giving us our numbers game. Here's Red giving us something for someone dealing with the numbers 2, 6, and 2. What you got for us, Red?
Well, since it's last minute, and the only thing I can think of, I know two MVPs who have won 6 rings apiece, and they both have won 2 MVPs the year they won 6 rings. And that's Lakers legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Bulls legend Michael Jordan. So 262, 2 MVPs and 6 rings to go with it during those MVPs.
All right. That's pretty good on the fly.
Yeah, it's on the fly. So, I didn't have time to look up who wore number 62 and stuff like that.
I got you. All right, we may have a coach tonight. Let's see. Nope, he popped up, and then now he's gone. So I guess.
Oh, he came back?
He came back for a hot second, then he got gone.
The coach, just give it up, man. If your Wi-Fi not working, you might want to give it up. Yeah.
Let's welcome Reverendite Nation, who we got in the house today. The VP is in the building. Shivers, me timbers. This shivers, me timbers for everybody. He's ready to slam down the gavel to begin another 5 session of the Red and Rev Sports Show. Thank you, Mr. VP, for hitting that gavel. Good morning to you, Sister Dana Brick is hanging out here in Coatesville, Pennsylvania. The VP gave you some props on your creativity, Red. Red, somebody named Johnny Robinson asked you, what's good, brother?
What's up, Johnny?
Joe Black, Merry Christmas to you. And man, I wish I could trade weather with you right now, even though y'all a little cooler than normal in Florida. I'll take 50, 60 right about now myself.
Yeah, right, man.
Coaching
I'll take 40 right now.
I know that's right. Coaching that Mississippi internet law. He said, add me. I'm a big fan, Red. All right, Red.
Man.
Your boy Johnny's a big fan. Good morning to you, Brother Timothy. Glad to have you. Joe Black from Social Media Purgatory. All right, and everybody who's in Reverend Nation showing some love.
I see everybody missed me last night on Facebook because I was so sick. And now they all coming to the show today. We appreciate that. Maybe I need to take the night off more often.
All right, man. Let's get right into it. Hopefully, Coach will join us. But until then, as someone said, the show must go on. So, Redrick, what are you doping on this week?
Oh, okay. Let's see. I got a few options, Rev. Let me see. I guess I'll go with no, I'm gonna go with the Jacksonville Jaguars player, Rayshon Jenkins. 18 tackles and 2 interceptions, including a game-winning pick six over the Cowboys. Talk about a great week, Rayshon. Rayshon Jenkins, you my dope moment for a good cornerback play this week, man. Got in the Cowboys' butt, took them to overtime. I set the game up. I should have picked you guys. I don't know what I was thinking going with the Cowboys when I knew y'all had a good chance to upset. But anyway, Rayshon Jenkins, dope, man. 18 tackles and 2 interceptions with a game-winning pick six at the end. Dope performance, Rayshon.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. What am I doping on today? I was at the Sixers game, went to 2 games this past week. Some of you all know I have a half-season tickets along with my mother, and I have to show some props because Philadelphia 76er history was made on yesterday. One, James Harden balled out. James Harden tied the Philadelphia Sixers record for assists. That brother dished out 21 assists in addition to having 22 points and also had 10 rebounds. So he had a triple-double on top of tying the single game record for Sixers assists in the game, 21. And guess who he tied? One Maurice Cheeks and Wilt the Still Chamberlain. Big ups to you.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent.
Good job.
Let's see if Coach is with us today. Coach, are you with us? Coach? I see his head, but obviously he's not with us right now. All right, let me go into my note moment for this week. And it's a wonderful note moment for me. Any of you all who have ever followed me on social media, you know one guy that I despise when it comes to sports. I don't despise him. I despise what he represents to the football world and particularly to the quarterback world. And my note moment goes to the quarterback who has not only set the record for allowing a team to come back in Super Bowl history for 28-3, but he said, let me take it one step further.
Mm-hmm.
Let me boost the stakes up by giving you also the biggest comeback in NFL regular game history, where one Matt Ryan, his team was up 33-0 against the Minnesota Vikings last Saturday after our show. But what did he do? He allowed the doggone Vikings to come back, and they beat them 39-36, where he sets history once again. So, Matt Ryan, you've been getting my note moment every week for about 4 years now. Come on back and get an official note on the Red and Rev Sports Show this week.
No.
And the funny thing is, you still got folks. You still had folks defending him even after the 33. You're talking about come out the defense. No, man. The point we were trying to make is if you're gonna allow a team, I mean, if you're just gonna stop playing, that's the problem with Matt Ryan. He gets a big lead, and there's no more aggressiveness, no more. I'm trying to keep playing, keep knocking the team out. It's like he get a big lead and he's done. I'm done. My team is good. I don't have to be aggressive no more. I don't have to be potent no more. I can just sit back and chill. No, Matt Ryan, the game ain't over until 0 points, 0 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Oh boy, thank God this don't represent the Falcons. Thank you, God, that we are finally, at least off the hook for the all-time comeback. We still owe the Super Bowl comeback, but hopefully the Cowboys will make it to the Super Bowl and they'll take that record away from us. Because we all know the Cowboys are good for a choke job. So maybe I need to root for the Cowboys to make the Super Bowl so they can take that record away from us too, Real. What you think?
No doubt about it. Give us your note moment, man.
My note moment goes to the Patriots special teams. Lord have mercy. What were you? I just don't understand what were you guys thinking? What were you doing? But I'm pretty sure the Raiders appreciate you letting them get that little cheap win last Sunday. I mean, instead of just kneeling on the ball to go to overtime, these clowns try some the band is on the field, backwards pass crap that Chandler Jones just sat in the middle of the field and waited for that ball to come his way, picked it off, ran the other way. Patriots lose, Raiders win, and now the Patriots got egg all over their face. I mean, yeah, it's getting about that time, Bill Belichick. Brady not with you no more. It's about time for you to consider retiring, coach. You don't want no more blemishes on your record like this, man. So it'd be best, Belichick, to just retire before something else crazy like this happen, man. We don't want to remember you for these dumb calls. We want to remember you for the great coach you was when you were coaching Tom Brady. So note to the Patriots special teams and a possible note on Belichick's career.
Oh, come on!
Yeah, that was un-Belichickian, which took place last.
What? More like Kevorkian.
Yeah, man. I mean, that was just epic fail in so many ways. And who would ever thought a
Oh, I take the Falcons. I wish the Falcons had been part of that comeback right there. Why we can't have a great comeback like somebody do something stupid and let us prevail? Nobody never do nothing stupid for us, man.
Exactly. All right, brother. Give us your coat moment.
Okay. Well, you guys, I told you I wasn't a fan of this guy from the beginning. And, well, no, I mean, look, he's a good player, but I told you after certain things happen, I'm no longer a fan. And the way he running his mouth this week, it just keep enhancing the fact that I'm no longer a fan. I am going to be, he's the next guy that I got on my hate list. And that guy is the moron. Ja Moran, once again, opening his mouth, running it, and have no substance to talk about any team or anybody. But let me tell you what he said this week. He said he don't have to worry about no team in the West. Only team he got to worry about is Boston. Really. The same Boston that was struggling 3 or 4 games ago. Shut up, Ja Morant. Just shut up. Okay? You got plenty of teams to worry about in the West. Okay? You got plenty of teams to worry about in the East. Boy, I sure can't wait till the playoffs start so you can eat these words. Boy, I tell you, Ja Moran just keep running his mouth and sounding like a moron again. A good player, though, but I don't know why he expects so many people to love the Grizzlies, dude. The way you acting, ain't nobody gonna love y'all. So just keep running off at the mouth, Ja Moran, and you just gonna keep losing fans because it's already hard to get folks to like the Memphis Grizzlies anyway. But you sure are helping them out just like y'all. So coping with Ja Moran running his mouth again and ain't won a doggone thing.
You have got to be kidding.
I am coping on the fact.
I thought I stole yours.
Nah, we may touch this a little bit, but I'm coping on the fact that Trae Young thinks he's the franchise player for the Atlanta Hawks. He's a star, but he's not a franchise player. And now he's trying to run his second coach out of Atlanta. How about, Trae, you win a championship first, and then you have the right to dictate who is your head coach. I mean, this is getting ridiculous. Atlanta fans, we thank God that he provides flash. He puts people in the seats with a little, his little 3-point shot, a little crossover here or there. But Atlanta fans, let's slow down. He's not Steph Curry.
No.
He's not Isaiah Thomas.
No.
He's not Magic Johnson.
Nope.
He's not even, and let me explain, Chauncey Billups. The reason why I put all those point guards in there is because they are all point guards who won championships as the lead player on their teams, and they all had a high basketball IQ. That's why I included Chauncey Billups, because after all, we see he's a head coach right now. So he had to have had a high basketball IQ when he played for the Detroit Pistons and helped lead them to an NBA championship.
Don't bring back memories, Real.
Instead of running coaches out of Atlanta, how about you learn the game of basketball, Trey? How about you learn how to make sound decisions down the stretch, Trey? How about you learn how to stop throwing alley-oops down the stretch and understand situational basketball, Trey? All right, do that. And then you might be able to have more say-so when it comes to head coaches. I digress.
Oh, come on!
Break it down, real. Like I say, I couldn't even defend them this week, man. I told folks, you can't defend when we're struggling and losing. You can't defend when we're looking bad on the court. I understand folks like Trey, but look now, you can't defend the guy when we losing, when we struggling, and he pulling crap moves, what you saying, behind the scenes, trying to get coaches fired again. Dude, you already ran one coach out of town. Now you're going to run your second coach out of town. And is it a third coach you actually looking for? Mark Jackson ain't coming back. So I wish these folks stop. That's another thing we need to cope on, is these idiotic sports fans keep thinking Mark Jackson is available. How many times do we got to tell y'all Mark Jackson is not available? He is never coaching again. So please stop bringing up Mark Jackson when we talk about coaches, okay? Thank you.
All right. We've given you our dope, nope, and cope. I'm trying to see if Coach is ready. Give me the thumb.
Come on, Coach, you ready?
All right.
We have to go in the restroom for that Wi-Fi. There you go.
All right.
Coach,
pull your camera
ready?
down a bit. Pull your camera down a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't down. There you go.
Yeah.
All right,
You ready, Coach?
You got to give us dope, nope, and cope. All three. What you doping on first?
Alex Ovechkin for the Washington Capitals. The scored his 802nd goal to tie Gordie Howe for number 2 all time.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent.
What are you doping on?
I know somebody probably already said it, but Chris Beard's fiance, you got some splaining to do, sister. Now that the money gone, now you say, oh, he did not choke me. Really? Now that the money ain't coming, he been suspended without pay. The choking just went away. Okay. Note moment.
What are you coping on, Coach?
The Jets wide receiver coach, I hope you hit that hard 7 or got blackjack or whatever you need to do, because your dumb butt bet on games and now you got to cope with not making any money because you've been banned from the NFL for 1 year. Well, you may have to go back, like I said, and hit that hard 7.
What happened to the Jets coach?
The Jets wide receiver coach got a 1-year gambling ban.
Wow.
He's an idiot. Another idiot.
Who's the coach? Is it a former player?
No.
Yeah, former Cowboy.
He's a former Cowboy. You won't believe who he is.
Alvin Harper.
Miles Austin.
Oh my God.
Wow. Wow.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he's an idiot. He's an idiot. Another one. I should have put my dummy reference on, but I ain't had time, and I gave him the dummy.
Wow.
So,
Wow. All right, man. Let's go see what Rebonite Nation talking about. Quite a few of them popped up. Let's see what they're talking about today. Here we go. What's up, Maurice Thrower? Man, you got some good weather in Miami in comparison to everybody else.
We don't care, Maurice. Stop hating on us, man. We're freezing, man. And y'all talking about that warm weather.
Joe Black saying his backup team, the Jaguars, finally resembling an NFL team. The VP.
Yeah, that's my backup team too, partner. Oh, well, it's my AFC team.
The VP is doping on the Jags, winning tons of money for folks in Vegas with the dub last week. Johnny Robinson, don't let guests join the show. I want to join the show. I'm a big fan of Red. We'll let you, if we have some time, we'll give you a link. Red, man, you got folk coming out just want to be on camera with you, brother. You, man. The VP.
Hey, I try to bring all the guys to just embrace us, embrace our sports heaven that we got sitting up here. Hey, you see,
VP said, Woo Law, that Mississippi hamster needs to pick up the pace on that wheel for Coach. Sister Dana Brickers, Rev being ready to convert to a Sixers fan. That's what she doping on. Mo Cheeks was my favorite. Now, let me just say this.
I'm about to say get a
Here
rail.
we go. Here we go.
I'm still rocking with the Hawks primary. Now, I will say because I'm spending some quality time with the Sixers, they are becoming my second team because before I was a basketball fan for any team, the Sixers were my team back when Dr. J and Charles Barkley. That was my team. And once Barkley left Philadelphia, I traveled with him and my fandom died down, and that's when I became a Hawks fan. But the Hawks are numero uno. But I am digging the Sixers, and I love Joel Embiid, the way he's been balling lately. I can get down with that.
So you roll with 4-5-4.
The Hawks are my number one team, then the Sixers. Let's make sure the hierarchy is still in place. Hawks, then Sixers. That's the only let me say this for the record. That is the only Philadelphia team that I will be embracing. I will never embrace the Philadelphia Phillies because that's one of the Atlanta Braves' arch rivals. I will never do it. The Eagles, sometimes the Eagles fans are just so obnoxious. That's why it'd be hard for me to embrace fully the Eagles. I will embrace the Eagles before I embrace the Phillies. But I will never embrace the Philadelphia Phillies.
Yep.
I slightly root for the Eagles from time to time, but the Falcons are still my team. All right.
Braves country appreciate that, real.
Oh, the Braves, that's my favorite. If y'all didn't know this, the Braves is my favorite sports team out of all sports, the Atlanta Braves.
Wow. Okay. They one of my favorites.
Yeah, out of all sports, that's my favorite team. I'm turning the Braves.
No Falcons?
I was there when they went from worst to first. That's when I moved to Atlanta. All right. Maurice Thor doping on Frank Gore Jr. for rushing over 300 yards and setting a new FBS record in a bowl game. Okay. Thank you for bringing that because I sure don't think that was going to be mentioned today at any time. But thank you, Maurice, for showing that, giving us that. VP Warren Moon thanks Matty Rice Patty for that record. I know he does. Sister Dana Brick is nope, Rev not giving on supporting the Eagles while being a resident of Coatesville, Pennsylvania. Hey, I'm dealing with the Sixers. Be happy with that, Sister Brickers. Goodness gracious. Maurice Thornton open on the Patriots special teams for having the dumbest play in NFL history. That's what Red talked about earlier. Jim Marshall is off the hook. The VP is open on yet another shooting. Some Giants players were in the All-America yesterday when the deadly shooting occurred. None were victimized, but still a sad situation in this country. And I read about that this morning. A 19-year-old was killed in that situation, which is unfortunate.
In New York? A mall in New York?
Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota. That's right. You said Mall of America.
Yeah. What's up, Dante?
Yeah, we beat you last week, Dante.
Joe, they love your John Moran reference there, Red. The Atlanta Hawks for dealing with Trae Young and his sensitive. I join you in that, Maurice Thrower. Sister Brick is coping with this virus that attacked her intestinal tract. We rebuke that in the name of Jesus. It sounds like the Dallas Cowboys are dealing with the same issue, so I hope none of the Eagles bring it back. Black noping on Arthur Smith play calling has gotten horrible again. I'm sure
that was definitely one of my notes.
Brother Dante, heck, not a win, a title, go back to the Eastern Conference Finals, at least talking about Trae Young. Indeed, we're on the same page. Double coat for the loss of Franco Harris with an NFL legend. We'll talk about that in just a moment.
That's coach's take, Maurice, not yours.
Rev, that should be you have the right. Little DeBar should have the right to
Little DeBar.
Stay on the ground.
Oh my God.
They mess with that man.
Before Trae, you're going about your career the wrong way, trying to get a brother fired, no doubt about it. I see I got some witnesses with me. Jer Martin, thank you, Rev, about Trae Young. My pleasure. And good morning to you, sir. Joe Black coping on Anthony Davis hurt again. We'll hear Red talk about that a little later. Dante says about Trae Young, he's all flash. I don't want to give up on him because he's young, but at some point he needs to show some progressions with the basics. Well said, brother Dante.
Yes, well, I'm with you all the way, Dante. That was good take, man.
The VP say, "Oh Lord, coach finally got a wrangle on this Mississippi." Sister Brickus is glad you made it. Maurice Thoreau knew what coach was talking about in terms of Miles Austin. The VP says, I say that on a post last week, Coach Chris Beard's fiance realized that $5 million a year salary about to dry up. Toxic relationship. And that was Shaka Smart or Jason Paris. I digress. Sounds about right. No doubt about it. Sister Brickus is finally off me, at least since I'm rooting for the Sixers a little bit. The VP said the Deacons are calling an emergency meeting. So like Rev say that now next year, First Baptist is going to have him in a Hurts jersey.
He's going to be hurting away.
Oh, man. All right. And then D, we want Sister Brickus to heal well, as the VP said. All right, let's move on, gentlemen. Thank y'all, Revenite Nation, for chiming in. We always know that you all help to make the show what it is. Since we're talking about Trae Young, the Hawks are in turmoil. We see that there was a shakeup. Travis, who was the operational manager, steps down, and one Landry Jones, former NBA player. He has assumed the head seat of basketball operations for the Atlanta Hawks. He is a black man. And we see that there is trouble brewing in the ATL between Trae Young and one Nate McMillan, who was the one that helped save the Hawks just 2 years ago after Trae Young ran off coach Lloyd Pierce. Nate came in, got them balling, and they go to the Eastern Conference Finals, and he gets a contract extension. And here 2 years later, he's in the same situation that Lloyd Pierce was in, can't get along with one Trae Young. I'm going to turn it over real quickly to Red, since he has more of a pulse on this situation because he is a Hawks fan. Red, what's your thoughts about the turmoil boiling in the ATL?
Well, really, Red, I share the thoughts of most of the common sense fans who were pretty much getting on Trae. I mean, he deserves it. And this is especially for you, Sam, Ralph. I don't know if you're watching, but I'm pretty sure you'll catch the replay. I have no idea why you defending Trae to the fullest, buddy. Like I say, you got to understand that when a guy is acting selfish, when a guy is constantly beefing with the coach, man, that type of stuff, that brings down the organization, okay? We supposed to sit up here. We are supposed to be playing for a championship now. 2 years ago, we was in Eastern Conference Finals. Last year, we regressed a little bit by going to the play-in and eventually getting kicked out the first round as the AC. Now, we coming next year, we trying to have higher expectations for the disappointment last year. And here we go with the drama again. Trae having issues with a coach again. I mean, now we already knew John Collins and various other players on the trade block. So John Collins being on the trade block ain't going to kill the team. But Trae Young beefing with Nate McMillan, Trae Young deciding to go home and leave the arena and not even show up one day. Dude, that type of stuff brings a franchise down. That affects a franchise. If your star player decide to leave one day and go home, dude, some folks ain't going to ever get over what you did right there, dude. You do not leave and not show up to a game. Okay, but let's say we went on a winning streak or something. You came back and we went on a winning streak. It seemed like everything is dying down. We moving past it. No, it seems like more turmoil has happened since that moment. We hearing reports that Nate don't like Trae don't like Nate. Players having issues with Trae's play on the field. DeJounte Murray and Trae having issues. Like I say, it's just turmoil and just negativity all through the organization. And that is not going to help us get to where we want to get. And that's at a championship, or at least back to the Eastern Conference Finals. So I am, for one, very, very disappointed in Trae. Dude, I pumped you up as the star for Atlanta, but y'all know me. I am not going to support selfishness. I'm not going to support folks that's not a team player. I'm not gonna support dysfunction. I'm sorry, I don't care how long it's been since we had a star in Atlanta. I know what it takes for a basketball team to, well, Rev know a little bit more than me, but I'm learning what it takes for a basketball team to win and win big. And being a Lakers fan all these years, I feel like I got a little knowledge, and what Trey is doing is not gonna help us win. Yeah, you can say Magic had his issues with the coach, and Magic was a champion, but Magic, like Rev said, won a ring. He won 2 rings before he decided, okay, let me change coaches or something. So, Trey, you have won nothing. Giving y'all that Coach Banks, nothing.
Coach O.
You have won nothing. Now, I'm not going to call you a moron like Ja Morant, but, dude, you getting close to that level, man, okay? You have not earned the right to have any of this beefing and drama coming out the organization. So, Trey, you better get it together, man, because I'm telling you, once I'm done with you, you can get traded. I'm telling you, I'm very close to being about done with all of this dysfunction, okay? I'm trying to win a championship. I want my Hawks to win. You can't win with dysfunction, okay? And don't give me that Kobe and Shaq stuff, okay?
Coach, jump in there, Coach.
Trey Morant. I mean, not Trey Morant. Trey Young.
You right, they right, Coach. They the same player.
Trey Young is a coach killer right now because he thinks he's better than he is. And, you know, the maturity is starting to show a little too much. He whined about the All-Star game. He whines about this. He whines about that. And it's hard to watch a talented kid act like that instead of humbling yourself. All that goodwill you built up by doing what you did in the Hawks community and for the people and everything, you starting to strip that right away by acting like you acting. Play the game. I mean, you haven't won anything. You made it to the Eastern Conference Final. You won nothing. You've done nothing. You know, and you just taking away all your goodwill around the Atlanta area because of you doing this. Nate McMillan, like Red said, Nate McMillan got you to the Eastern Conference Finals. What's he doing wrong? He may not call all right plays, but he's not going to call every play for you. And if you hadn't noticed, what's this young man name? Let me go back. There's a DeJounte Murray sighting. He can play the point guard. Oops.
I think the Hawks better be very slow to fire Nate McMillan. Because if they fire Nate, they keep empowering Trey.
Mm-hmm.
And then you keep bringing in coaches who are not going to be able to coach in fear of, if I upset Trey, then I'm going to get fired too. Trey Young is not a franchise player. He's a star. I truly believe the Hawks will not win a championship if he is the best player on the team. He is too much of a liability in several ways. One, he's a defensive liability. Yeah, he can drop 25, 30 a game, but he's going to give up that same amount on the other end. And that's part of the problem with, I think, some of his teammates have with them, because they have to make up a lot for his deficiencies, especially on the defensive end.
You got to check his man and your man too.
Right. Capella has to, be there to stop his man from driving. You got to always switch. And then when teams get him on the block, he can't do nothing because he's too small. And these are the things that Trey Young has to understand to humble himself. Yeah, dude, people woo and wah when you do a little crossover. Yes, they love your deep three-pointer, but you are just as much a liability on the defensive end, so you got to humble yourself, and you could just tell things are getting bad with Trey's head getting too big, because even when he's not playing, he got all this gold around his neck sitting on the bench like he 50 Cent or somebody, LL Cool J back in the day. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. You could just tell he become Hollywood, and that's the kind of stuff that's turning me off of him, because clearly he's about the lights and not about trying to win a championship.
Yeah. I agree, Rev. Like I say, he looking like Anthony Davis when he be sitting on the Lakers bench with all that gold around. That's what AD be looking like. He sell rocks with all that gold he had around, man. He got what happened to the? Didn't David Stern impose a dress code or something? What happened to that? I mean,
Uh-oh.
these guys, I thought they were supposed to wear suits on the bench.
They went away with that, especially with the pandemic, because you see the coaches don't even have the dress code anymore where they wear suits and stuff. They wear kind of more like sweats and things of that nature.
With the first pick.
They need to bring the dress code back.
Joe Black said that Paul. All right, Jimmy. So let's do some predicting real quickly. By the All-Star break, Nate McMillan will be
Unemployed.
unemployed. You got unemployed?
I think Trey's voice in the franchise, especially his relationship with Tony Wrestler, I think in the end it's going to end up costing Nate. But at the same time, I think somebody will let Trey know now. If we get rid of Nate, the next guy we hired, you had better make it work with him. Because if you don't, then I'm saying we might have to think about moving other people out and not the coach. Because that's what he needs to be told. Because like this is gonna be two coaches now that we don't got rid of. But at the same time, if Trey and Nate can't make it work, I don't really see the reason to keep having them around each other. I mean, if we don't think Nate and Trey can make it work to where we can get this team back to where we came from 2 years ago, then it probably is best to move on. But like I said, Trey had better understand this next guy we bring in, that's it. If you don't make it work with him, you might be gone.
All right, Coach, fill in the blank. By the All-Star break, Nate McMillan will be
playing Trey Young for control in a pickup basketball game. No, he'll still be the coach. He'll still be the coach. He'll be employed.
Why you say that?
I mean, you just can't erase the fact that the man got you as far as he did to the not all the way, but he got to the Eastern Conference Finals when you wasn't expected to go there. Can he turn the ship around? He is dealing with a lot of injuries and at the wrong time. I think, like you said, he gonna be employed because if they fire him, then Trey is the coach, and that's pretty much what you're saying. So there you go.
Yeah, and they definitely don't want Trey Young to be the coach because that Joker's basketball IQ is one of the worst I've ever seen as a point guard. So be the head coach. All right, let's move on from the Hawks. And here's another topic that we're going to hear the passion of one Red Rhodes. I'm gonna start with.
Oh, hey, Real, it's so cold. I gotta save my energy. Wear it all out for the first hour.
You're gonna warm up on this topic, I'm sure. You're gonna warm up.
Okay, I probably will.
Let's start with Coach. Coach, we learned that AD Anthony Davis, who Charles Barkley calls street clothes, will be out indefinitely now, having somewhat of a foot fracture. So we know that he is going to be out of multiple games like he's already been during so many seasons since he's been an NBA player. What are your initial thoughts about AD being out indefinitely, and how does that affect the Los Angeles Lakers?
I think he pretty much got hurt on purpose so you can see how well they play without him. I'm just playing. No, they ain't do that. I ain't gonna call him street clothes this time. I'm just gonna call him unlucky, because you got to be very unlucky to have a season like he's having and coming up and playing and leading the team and pretty much all the category and doing what he's doing. Then all of a sudden, boom, bam, you get hurt. Well, the only word I can come for him is the popular, not popular, M. Night Shyamalan movie Glass, because he's made of glass for some reason. Because he can walk up to the street to get something to eat and pull a toenail out. I don't know what it is about AD, but there's something. He got, like somebody said a while back, and I'm gonna close. He got to get in the gym. That's that. I think that's the only thing he got to do. and bulk himself up. Simple as that.
All right. So coach says the remedy for AD is to get stronger, get in the weight room, so forth and so on. Red,
Yes, sir.
AD is out indefinitely. How does that affect the Los Angeles Lakers now? And I'll add another piece to this question for you. How does it affect them long term?
Well, it's gonna be the same thing. It affects us tremendously now because he was playing at the MVP level, giving us all hope that we could possibly make a run after having such a bad start, and then he goes down. So I mean, you take 30 points, nearly 20 rebounds, 5 or 6 blocks away from the team. That's gonna affect us going forward. Well, hopefully Lakers can figure out how to make some moves and we can move on from AD. Because I already told y'all, Jeannie Buss is not an AD fan. And all these injuries that this guy keep having, you just keep putting yourself out on Jeannie Buss. Like I say, she's never shown you any that much affection before, and I don't think it's coming. And I'm telling you, this offseason, if she can figure out a way to get rid of AD, he's gone. He is definitely gone from my Lakers. And only thing I can say is, man, what a disappointment, man. Because I really thought that this guy was going to, not addition, yeah, you gave us a bubble championship, but man, you were supposed to help us get at least 2 or 3, especially with LeBron going into his twilight years. You were supposed to be that key to guide us along, to take over as the number 1 player. And it's just been disappointing, Rev. I mean, just very disappointing. I mean, he stayed as healthy as he could that first year, and ever since that first year we went into the bubble, it's been disappointing injury after disappointing injury. And Lakers, we used to have a big man on our team, but big men who can stay healthy and actually contribute to us, especially in the playoffs. Kareem, Shaq, even Bynum. For crying out loud, Bynum got 2 rings. He stayed healthy enough to get 2 rings. Boy, AD, you can't. Man, this is just bad. This is just bad. And like I say, only thing I can see us going forward is just trying to trade him in the offseason, because this season, I mean, out indefinitely this season is pretty much done. So we can't even beat the Charlotte Hornets last night. So I'm just, as a Laker fan, Real, this is just so very disappointing. And like I say, the only thing I can think of to make us feel somewhat in a positive light from all of this is if we can trade them and get some pieces for them. Because I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure other Laker fans about done with this guy. I mean, because I was telling Laker fans this week, we just can't depend on him. We can't depend on him. I was telling one Laker fan was telling me, I was telling him, man, have you seen how AD play lately? And the first thing this guy said to me was, yeah, just wait till you get hurt. And boy, I don't have to go on that guy page and say, you was right, man. You was so right. Because he said it. Like I say, whenever AD plays going forward, the only thing people are going to do is just say, yeah, but wait, he about to get hurt again, or he'll get hurt soon. So nobody is going to have faith in this guy, and faith in this guy's health or durability going forward. And you can't really blame him. AD, you just really damaged goods, buddy. And the fact is, people should have saw this a long time ago when you were doing this in New Orleans. But I guess they felt a different situation, a more consistent winning situation would get you out of this. But nope, dude is just injury prone. It's bottom line, he just injury prone, and you can't depend on him. And I have no faith in his durability or health going forward. Sad to say, but Red is very disappointing.
Red, Jeannie Buss ain't gonna get rid of him. She in love.
Woohoo! Oh, you talking? Well, Jay Moore, you better stop distracting my girl, man, because she need to have her attention on the Lakers. Man, I can't believe that. Is anybody surprised that Jeannie Buss is with Jay Moore?
One Maceo heard of the crush talking about he needs another COVID season.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right, Maceo. That's the only time he was healthy.
But check this out. Listen to Dante Armstrong. He gives us this provocative thought. People say the bubble helped LBJ, but really the bubble helped Davis more than anybody.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about Disney World, but boy, Anthony Davis that way he need to play. He need to play in Florida.
I think let's work on that Bowie Jr.
Oh Lord, he had a dictionary, Lord.
I don't know if they have a last name dictionary for you, but that's not.
That is not how you spell Sam Bowie, Jerome.
All right, bro. But nevertheless, man, I think AD may be a great example of someone winning a championship and losing their hunger. I think AD felt like he's reached the promised land, and therefore he doesn't have anything else to prove. I don't think he has the hunger to dominate the game like a Greek freak. You know, he doesn't have the hunger to just be the best player in the league, because I know that's a fact, because I can't understand how he's still getting thrown around in the paint. I still can't figure out how he can go to bed at night, watch film, and people such as guards push him all the way to the free throw line when he starts at the block.
Yeah.
And that is a true indication that he has no desire to get stronger, to have the will to dominate his opponent. And I think
very disappointing.
And Dana Brick has hit it right. AD is not committed. What a shame. And that is because he could arguably be one of the best players that ever played the game. He gives flashes of dominating, but he cannot do that consistently.
They're gonna make AD stand for again, dude.
Rev, AD hasn't lost anything except the calcium in his bones. VP said, Jerome, your homework. Use the word Bowie in 3 sentences. Yeah, he is rich. Part of the problem as well. He is indeed rich, and we talked about that in the form of Trey in one hand, where he got all this bling. You saw the AD. You saw he got real Hollywood whenever he was in street clothes on the bench as well. Last comment: AD will be out of the league soon. Organization will draw back those dollars, offering his fragile bond. I don't know if he's going to be out the league.
I don't know, Rev. After this contract up with the Lakers, who gonna be willing to sign? I mean, if he continues on this progression that he's on, once his contract is up with the Lakers, who's gonna be just willing to just run out there and sign him? Especially who's gonna be willing to sign him to a big deal, knowing his injury history.
Signing him versus signing him to a big deal, that's a huge difference. I just saw John Wall get signed after not playing for 2 years.
Oh Lord, you ain't lying.
Yeah, but I mean, after he a point guard, I think folks thought his ACL had healed properly. I think it's different with guards. I mean, AD is a big man, and
but big men probably have more longevity.
Yeah, right.
So
not him though. Not him.
No, he's brittle. But AD will continue to get a roster spot. Now, I agree he will not get a huge contract after this contract. But if he can still shoot the ball, because the one thing that's going to help AD is that he can shoot the ball.
True. He played like a guard.
Yeah. So if he can be a stretch 5 towards the end of his career, a stretch 4, and as long as he continues to shoot the outside shot with some level of consistency, because this is an outside shooting league, there'll always be a place for him. Now, giving him the big bucks, I doubt that very seriously. And he even knows that he can't trust his own body, because that's why he went on and signed with the Lakers when he did. Because he knew that his body would not hold up. So that's why some folk were like, why are you signing so soon? Because you could have got a much larger contract, but he understood his own bodily limitations himself. All right. Last word. Here's the exercise that you told Jerome to do. VP, Sam Bowie can run. Dr. Bowie's not Dr.
Dr. Bowie.
Sam Bowie is taller than Lil Boosie. All right, appreciate you. He got to be on the court to be a 5. That's very true. AD is essentially a guard. That growth spurt forced him to be a 4 or 5. He needs to find.
Yeah, go to Tybo workout.
But you know what? Actually, that's a great point. And AD plays the game like he's a guard because he had that crazy growth spurt going from his junior year to his senior year in high school. So he definitely approaches the game like a guard. And maybe he needs to understand I'm a big man and I got to get up in that weight room. And the VP says, job well done with your sentences. So you have passed the Sam Bowie class. All right.
Hey, Rev, let me ask you this. What you think about him in the low-top sneakers?
It's terrible. I don't understand how any NBA organization can allow players that they're paying millions of dollars to play in low-top shoes. I don't even know when that became a thing. I can't remember anybody playing in my era with low-top shoes. As much as ankles are a part of the game and how they can be injured, there is absolutely no way I'm signing a player to a contract allowing them to wear low-top shoes. I want to know how this became a phenomenon because I played the game, you know, all through grade school, college. I coached the game, and I can't remember when we ever allowed a player to play in low-top shoes. And how many injuries does it take? And we keep seeing that most of his injuries are to his legs, to his feet. So how do you keep allowing him to play in low-top shoes?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody is telling this guy. That's what I'm saying. There's no way he wouldn't even get on the court. If I'm Ham, dude, you better change your footwear.
Yeah, Rev. I think a lot of my kids for Grady had low tops when you beat us that time. I had to change their way of thinking.
I thought high top shoes were made specifically for basketball players.
Yeah, high tops were. I mean, high tops definitely were. Now, Coach, which time was that? Because, you know, we beat y'all all the time. So which time was that?
Isn't it halftime?
I think so, Coach. It might be close to halftime.
All right, and now Red, Jerome Case blames Kobe for the low top shoes.
Oh,
Okay, Jerome.
Here we go.
After your Sam Bowie comments, King Kobe is the last guy you should have an opinion on. Okay, King Kobe is the Lakers. Okay, and boy, I wish Kobe was on this team with Anthony Davis. Woo. You talk about a tongue lashing, Kobe would get his guy. I'm talking about the first time he got hurt and he tried to come back in there with some low top sneakers. Kobe would have said, boy, if you don't get your little stupid self in that locker room, put some high tops on. I'm just saying, Kobe is the kind of guy teammate that Anthony Davis needs.
Yeah, I could agree with that because LeBron too passive.
Yeah. Ain't no way, man. Kobe would have, they would be having beef because Kobe wouldn't allow this big guy to keep getting hurt.
Okay. Well, why you said that, Red? Why is LeBron on the team? Why is he playing?
Who, me, Coach?
Yeah.
You saying why is he on the team?
Yeah, right now. Why is he playing every game, pretty much every game right now?
I guess because AD hurt.
No. He worried about my boy's record. That's all he worried about.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, now you know I don't agree with that because I told you it's gonna be.
Look at Ray.
Yeah, and Coach, you should have a problem with that because it's not like he winning. It's like he just standing around just to get that record.
No, I just said that to get ready. That look on his face.
Oh, okay.
Man, come on. Stop.
Well, hey, I'm kind of interested in how that's gonna be because if he breaks that record in Staples Center and we just like we still losing and not in a playoff position, that is gonna be something interesting to see because I'm kind of interested in how Laker fans are gonna embrace this right here because you're breaking the record of a Laker, but you're not winning like he won. So it's gonna be interesting to see.
Hold up, LeBron is stat chasing. So what was Kobe doing in his year 20? He wasn't even competitive in games. What was he doing? I mean, his team wasn't even competitive. So what was he doing?
Waiting to that last game.
LeBron is stat chasing. At least his team is in games. They make games interesting. They're not getting blown out each night by 20 and 30 like Kobe's team, man. So LeBron is stat chasing, but Kobe was just hooping. Okay, man, stop it, man. These
Now, real, be honest. Kobe wasn't even playing in most of these games.
Right.
It's halftime.
Kobe was street clothes for a lot of games in the last few years of his career.
And rightfully so. All right, here we go. Halftime of the Red Sports Show.
Hey, he gave me plenty before he was healthy.
We talked a little dope. Coach coming back. A lot of football on this other side. Had a little baseball. But hang out with us for the second half of the Red Sports Show. We'll be right back.
I had it.
And we are back on the Red and Red Sports Show, coming back to you with some more real talk, because we are real sports fans who are real sports athletes who have real sports knowledge. Before we go in, let's see what else people have to say from Revenite Nation. And the VP says LBJ will go on when he passes his career.
Oh, my goodness. See?
So was Ryan stat chasing? No, he was not stat chasing. He was stat, I don't know what you want to call
Building.
it. Building. I don't know. Giving you Ryanites more information to talk about how he's the greatest Falcon quarterback in Falcon history, which is not saying much.
Oh, that statement is such a stupid statement. I really get tired when folks say that.
Look here, man. Will you stop this fool? In year 20, Kobe was trying to chase just getting in the game, just being healthy. He was not chasing no championship in year 20. Shut this stuff up, man. It's one thing to not like LeBron. You have every right to do that. But to say this stupid stuff, man, come on, man. That's the main reason why I became a LeBron fan, because of stuff that's been said on this show over these years.
Hey, come on, Jerome. You can't. I ain't even saying no crazy stuff like that. Kobe was not chasing championships in the last few years. I wish he was, but he won. Look, once he broke his Achilles, once that Achilles tore, Kobe was done. I'm just glad I got 5 rings out of it. I'm just glad he gave me a decent career before that Achilles went.
Well, the last 5 years of his career, he wasn't chasing nothing.
Oh, no.
He was chasing, as Stanley Sharp would say, some hot ass. That's what he was chasing.
Hey, not to mention those couple of years we went through when Nessa was dressing Kobe. Oh my God, them tied suits he used to wear on the sideline. I swear, it got to the point Kobe was gonna be known for the worst dressed guy in the NBA. The way he was looking some days.
The problem with your statements, Jerome, is you have to think time frame. If you're gonna bring Kobe up, you have to bring it up in the same context where LeBron is in his career. He's in year 20. In year 20, Kobe was not chasing championships. Kobe was struggling to score 20 points a game. He was struggling to stay healthy. All right. This is why when LeBron went to LA, Lakers fans were ecstatic for the most part because they knew their team would finally be relevant after years being in basketball purgatory. So that included Kobe's years, because between Kobe's last year and LeBron's first year in LA, it was a matter of 1 or 2 years apart. All right. Kobe had some real lame years before LeBron came.
You know, now don't get it fooled, y'all. Rev is talking with the utmost excitement when he discusses Kobe's last few years, okay? We all know he's happy that Kobe could do it at the last few years to pump up LeBron because he's still doing something. But I'm saying those statements by Jerome don't make it better. See, if you notice, I stopped making the silly statements because I ain't giving Rev no ammunition. I'm not gonna give Rev the ammunition to get on my guy because you know you waiting on it. So Jerome, all you doing is giving Rev ammunition.
Yeah, man, just let it go, man. We know you don't like.
Like I say, you better just say Kobe wasn't the same after he broke his Achilles. That's how I see. I've accepted that fact.
Well, thank you for helping him. All right, let's move.
Yeah, because I want him bringing up my boy sounding silly now. Shit.
All right, let's move to 5 for 5. We got 5 hot topics. We're gonna have 1 baseball and 4 football. I threw 1 in for you all that may be a little curveball, but I know you all will be able to talk real good about it. So here it comes. Let's get this 5 for 5 music. I know the VP is typing out Q Lunitz right now, so I'm queuing them up. Let's get on it right here. Here's the first 5 for 5 topic. Mets break the bank. They got a new shortstop in town. He was supposed to go to San Francisco, but the physical didn't come out right. So the Mets said, we'll take what you thought was a broken body, and we'll bless that body with a new contract. What are your thoughts about the Mets' new shortstop coach?
I mean, Carlos Correa is a talent. There's no doubt about that. But what you paying for him, your total payroll is extremely high for a few players, and it's still not going to get you any kind of title because you still going to lose to the Braves. You got rid of Jacob deGrom, you're obviously your best pitcher. Scherzer doesn't have much more years, so, hey, spend your money. Correa hit 30 home runs, but you look at what the rest of the team is going to do.
Brad, what you got?
I agree with Coach to somewhat because you're right. You signing all these position players, and like I say, a lot of them Correa. You know he's injury prone. But what about your pitching staff? Scherzer on his last leg, Verlander. How much does he have left? So you got your position players, but I think your pitching staff took a dip because you let DeGrom go. Maybe had you bought DeGrom back to go with Verlander and go with Scherzer, I would feel a little more worried. But the fact that your pitching staff, and you also lost Chris Bassett too. So the fact that your pitching staff took a hit, you can have as many position players as you want because the Braves pitchers shut them down. They ain't going to do anything. So like Coach said, the Braves going to be winning anyway. You're not worried. Mets can spend all this money in Philly. You can spend all this money y'all want to. We know who the division champs in the East going to be. Okay. But the Phillies, I'm more worried about the Phillies than the Mets.
All right. Q Lunitz has been done, VP. Jerome takes the shot at Coach. Coach, this 5 for 5 is not Burger King 5 for 5. Calm down.
I'm glad you spelled all the words right. Good for you, Gold Star.
Brother Martin agrees with Red, the Mets, and Coach. The Mets still going to win the World Series. The VP said the Mets policy are swinging for the fences. They may not be able to collect 200 when they pass go. Chandler Price, welcome to the show. The Mets spent all that money just to get swept by Atlanta. Preach, Coach. Dante also, LBJ. Oh, we talking about LBJ. That's next thing. All right, I can't read that. Jerome says, sadly, the Mets still the Mets. And you can't trust them in the playoffs. Indeed. Any other comments about the Mets going forward? Closing comments? Go. Hell. All right, we got it. All right, let's go on to the next topic. And here we go. Red, you up first. Deion comes up short in the Celebration Bowl. Let me put that.
Uh-oh.
In the Celebration Bowl. Let's go. Here we go. The music is now queued up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go with it.
I assume this was the special topic Rev added to it. I don't think Coach Prime is concerned at all. Like I say, he already had one foot out the door anyway. I mean, his players, they played it all the way down the stretch, and I think they lost either in overtime or the last few seconds of the game. It was a good game, though. Don't get it twisted, okay? It was a good game. I think it did go to overtime, and I think they lost in overtime. So, look, it's not like he got blown out in the Celebration Bowl. They came up just a bit short. His players still proved that they playing for him in the end. The tight end dropped the ball, okay? Even still, Coach Prime was coaching him up even after the game. So, look, Deion has proven that he can inspire and lead a team. So, I mean, he went 11-0, came up short in the bowl game. Okay, he's still going to Colorado, feeling good about himself. So, no big thing to me, Red.
Coach, jump in there. Deion comes up short in the Celebration Bowl. Are you happy?
Not really, because, they were talking about the swag. There was a chance for them to win it. But too many distractions with players and coaches, that affects the player. People don't understand that affects the team. They made a good run at it. But North Carolina Central did what no team has done on Jackson all year. Had over 500 yards on. They just demolished them. And on a side note, Mississippi Valley beat this team.
In what year, Coach?
Last year we beat this team.
Not this year, though, Coach.
I know. I just throw that in there.
Come on,
they didn't want to play us this year.
Come on, Coach. Stop that. All right, let's see the comments. The VP says the MEAC built different. That's 2 years in a row. Coach Prime even said that those wins will haunt him. South Carolina State NCCU brought it. Doug Martin said it would have been nice for Jackson State to win the Celebration Bowl. Good time in Colorado. Jerome says the MEAC is a bit more physical. JSU lost, but all of HBCU football won. VP also says JSU defense got blasted on the ground. Coach Prime still winning. Then the NCCU coach did an interview saying that Colorado Buffs could have saved money by hiring him. Ninja, please. No one knows in the hate. JSU didn't get the money.
Oh, man, Vince, you crazy, man.
Yeah, and I would encourage people to see Club Shay Shay. Shannon Sharp interviewed Prime this past week.
Yeah.
I think you would get some good information and insight from Coach Prime about him leaving JSU, his feelings behind it, so forth and so on. And he said some real great things. So I would encourage.
Yeah, he took some cheap shots too. Gonna tell the man, talking about something. I'm 8 toes down for you, Deion. I see that guy. He's sneaking that shot in like that.
And one of the things I think for all those people, I'm gonna lower this music right quick since we got a little time. I think one of the things that Deion is consistently saying that people who are mad at him about leaving, thinking that he could have taken Jackson State to be like a top Power 5 conference, what's missed in all of that, football can't just be Power 5 worthy. Every program at Jackson State would have to be Power 5 worthy. And that's what some people are missing. He can't take the football team by itself. All sports programs at Jackson State would have had to been able to compete on that level. And that's one of the things that people are not understanding, that Deion clearly understood. So that should shut some people up, because you can't take the football to a conference without taking everybody else. And I don't think we ever heard Jackson State being a powerhouse in any other sport except for the last 2 years in college football. All right. VP said Club Shay Shay interview was great. I also recommend the Pivot interview with Steve Thomas. Thanks for adding that, VP. And Sister Brick has validated that his interview with Shay Shay was excellent. All right, gentlemen, let's go on to the next topic, third topic, as we go for 5 for 5. Willie McGinnis, former NFL Super Bowl champion of the New England Patriots, commentator for the NFL Network and other networks. He has some issues. Let's learn about these issues as we do 5 for 5. Coach, you're up on deck. Here we go. The music is playing. What you got for us on this topic?
I'm gonna be very brief. Willie McGinnis. If you here's a thought: the school counselor isn't just there for the kids. That's all I'm gonna say.
Red, you got some more time since that's all Coach had to say.
Yeah, I add a little bit more. Coach made a very good point, but Willie, you definitely got issues. I don't understand what in the world you were thinking, man. Dude, you got a high-profile job with the NFL Network, and you going into some restaurant or bar or whatever that place was, and straight up attacking some dude. And not only did you attack him, dude, you assaulted him with a beer bottle. What were you trying to do with that beer bottle? Cut his throat? Stab him? I don't know, but dude, it's all on video, Willie. So I don't know how you thought you were gonna get out of that. I don't know what was going on in your mind when you went in there and straight, nope, buddy. But dude, you are done. NFL Network not bringing you back, and that's sad, man, because you were doing a great job with them. I just don't understand these guys. You got great jobs, and you putting all that at risk to act gangster and thuggish in a dang on restaurant, man. What? Like Coach said, dude, they offer counseling 24/7. Maybe you need to talk to somebody because that is just inexplicable what you did, man. But don't worry, NFL Network will hire somebody else. They already got David Carr and Brian Baldinger to take your place, but I don't think Brian Baldinger is a permanent fixture, okay? But I'm very disappointed in Willie. Very disappointed.
All right. They're going back to Dion every program, every academic department, preacher. All right, appreciate it, Coach. So Brick says, really, why? What's up, Omani? Hopefully getting gifts from the kids. Gotta love the kids. VP
Well,
says,
I give.
how old are you, bruh?
50, 51, Vincent. He in his 50s.
Willie said, put some respect on my name. VP said, Willie, pull up your BAN pants. Bruh like him are part of what's wrong in our community. Idiot. Willie was acting like he's affiliated, blood in, blood out. That situation pees me off. He straight up went straight full-blown ninja. So
agree, Vincent. Agree 100%, Vincent.
Obviously, something went down that was catastrophic for Willie McGinnis to lose all sense of common sense. You know, some level of outrage obviously took place, and it'd be interesting to find out what actually happened, even though it does not justify his actions. You got to have better self-control. And here's the part. Wherever we go now, cameras are there. So if you lose your mind, you got to know jail is an option. Court case is an option because it will be caught on film. That part 100. Someone will have to let us know the context of this incident, but still willing to bro. Yeah, I'm willing to. I want to learn the context, but still doesn't.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure once Buddy heal up Buddy in the hospital, once he heal up, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have cameras all in his face finding out what happened. So don't worry, Vincent. One person I know who ain't gonna mind talking is the guy that got assaulted.
All right. We're going to cut the music off on this one for something sad happened this past week. Franco Harris, the great running back of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Actually, I learned some years ago that he's actually a distant cousin of mine on my dad's side.
Wow. You serious, right?
Yeah, that's
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's
man.
Learned that from the Starworth Harris family reunion way back. Of course, I never had a chance to meet him, but it was distant cousins somewhere down the line. we're related. But nevertheless, Franco Harris passes away. I'm gonna start with Red first. Reason being, I'm gonna give Coach all the time that he may need because we know he's a diehard Steeler fan, and I believe he was a Steeler fan when Franco Harris played the game. And I'm not trying to, do any old jokes right now because this is a sentimental topic. But with that being said, Red, any thoughts about the passing of Franco Harris?
Like I say, I was kind of stunned. It seemed like it came out of nowhere because it seemed like all the talk this week we was getting ready for the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception, and I'm sure so many people looking forward to him being there and showing up. So it was really kind of definitely made it even sadder when we was made his sudden passing away sadder when we was approaching the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception. But what can I say about Franco Harris besides the Immaculate Reception and what it stands for and what it meant for not just Pittsburgh fans but NFL fans? I mean, that play is probably the most famous play. I mean, one of the top plays ever. I mean, in the history of the game, you always see it played up during the playoffs. When you hear the word Immaculate Reception, you already know what that means. That means Pittsburgh. That means Frank Harris. That means Terry Bradshaw pass deflected and Franco grabbing it and running to the end zone. And that started the Pittsburgh dynasty. So, I mean, I'm not a Pittsburgh fan, but I mean, I'm an NFL fan and I'm a fan of NFL greatness. And when you mention the name Franco Harris, great player. Immaculate Reception, great play. Pittsburgh Steelers, great team. Franco Harris, rest in peace, buddy. You will be forever remembered and forever missed, and you will go down as one of the great players in the game. And from what I'm hearing from people talking this week, you're going to go down as one of the great men in the game. So rest in peace, Franco. You were one of a kind, buddy. I sure wish my Falcons had players like you.
All right, Coach, man, we're going to feature you, man. You take time that you need to share.
I mean, when I got the news, it was like 4 or 5 in the morning. They said all pro 72-year-olds had died. And I was like, I wonder who this is. And then I looked and saw Franco Harris, and I had to stop for a minute and go, what? When did this happen? Or why did this happen? Or how did he start flashing back? Because all this week, he was pretty much going to events. He knew they were going to honor him. They had told him they were going to retire his number. But he was at all these events. He was going to different places. And what really stood out is, I think the day before he passed, or 2 days before, he was as a family, a guy and his 2 daughters in a gift shop, and they were just looking at stuff, and he stopped and spoke, and they recognized, and the dad recognized he wasn't told his daughters, and next thing you know, they struck up a full conversation. He stopped whatever he was doing, have a full conversation with him, just talking, and by the end of the day, the 2 girls had bought Franco's Italian Army shirts saying, "We met Franco Harris." Well, and you look at a guy like that. These athletes nowadays, a lot of them are spoiled, and they want to go on. Franco took his time to stop and talk to anybody. He did. It didn't matter who you were. He'll stop and talk. Never no strangers. One of the nicest guys in the world, and people used to see him on the field. I mean, I don't think unless I've been living under a rock, and I've been a fan of the Steelers for 50 years. I don't think there's anybody that don't like Franco Harris. If they are, I don't know why you don't like him, but he's one of the most well-liked, best athletes in Pittsburgh. Jerome Bettis talked about how he came to, glad he was in Pittsburgh and he met Franco Harris, and how Franco Harris changed his life. I mean, Franco is one of those genuine guys on the field, off the field. You're not getting any different. You're getting a competitor on the field, and you're getting a guy who never knew a stranger off the field. If I could, I know I ain't saying time constraints are around, but I could go on and on about what he did for the Steelers organization, not just on the field, but in charities, different events. And it's just so stunning. It just lets you know about life. 1 minute you doing what you're doing, not like we doing this show. Next minute something happens. no indication of him being sick or had a long-term illness or anything. He was just Franco. He was going around doing his thing, and they ranked the top players of all time in the NFL, and you know that had to be number one. It had to be number one. And the guy who was on the other team, Phil Villapiano, who was a linebacker, said for years he was talking about it touched the ground, but him and Franco became best friends, and they used to go to events together and everything. That tells you what kind of guy you're dealing with when you're dealing with Franco. Is he gonna be missed? Yes. And I just hate his bittersweet that he won't be there to see his number retired. That's the takeaway from this. He was getting there, everything was going well, he was doing well, and he won't be there now to watch his number get retired. And I hope the Steelers not using his death as a motivation. I hope they just play for him the rest of the year and say, hey, not just on the field, but off the field. You know, Franco was the man.
All right. Thank you all for sharing your reflections. And I think, a lot of people, especially women, would find him to be very handsome on the outside. But from hearing people talk about his charity, people talk about how he was easy to get along with, he was just as handsome on the inside. And that's what's most important, is what you are on the inside. And just to see the lives that he touched. I was listening to Shannon Sharp talk about him on Undisputed yesterday. And he's just talking about how down to earth Franco Harris was, how, he would engage you. And you could tell that he really cared about the conversation, by the way he conducted himself during the conversation. I will say this, man. The Pittsburgh Steelers are a classy franchise, and they've been blessed to have quite a few classy people come from that organization. And to have Franco Harris affiliated with the Pittsburgh Steelers really means a whole lot, because he's just a great person, a great face for an NFL franchise. And, he's definitely going to be missed. His smile, the way he just has an infectious spirit, that is definitely going to be missed as he transitions. Let me just ask you this, Coach. When Franco played, what did his play mean to you?
I mean, he was the top running back for the Steelers, and
give people a time frame.
Between in the 70s on those Steelers teams, you could him and Rocky Bleier, best of friends, best of teammates. Those guys played off each other, and he didn't mind letting Franco have the spotlight. Franco didn't ask for the spotlight, but he got it by his play. He did everything he did and wanted to do as a teammate. That was his whole thing, a teammate. He ain't try to take individual honors. You didn't see him anywhere, I'm the man, or I'm doing this, or I did that. It was always team with him. And if the team was good, he was good. And that's how he lived. And I mean, it's just so much he did off the field. It was amazing. You couldn't find anybody that didn't appreciate what Franco Harris did for the game of football.
One of the things I learned about Franco Harris, as Coach mentioned, is off the field respect, that he actually owned a bakery in Pittsburgh. That was one of the best bakeries in the city of Pittsburgh. And also learned that a lot of the former Pittsburgh Steelers, once they hang up their cleats, oftentimes they remain in Pittsburgh. So that's how much those players are beloved in the city of Pittsburgh. All right. Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Rev, for your reflections. We'll get back on 5 for 5 mode. Q Luna's back up. Coach, it's on you, man. We're talking Pro Bowl picks. Who got snubbed, who you're excited about making it, so forth and so on. Here we go. What you got, Coach?
My number one pick that kind of got snubbed, Alex Highsmith. T.J. Watt, great career, but this year you missed 8 games. There is no way T.J. Watt should have been on that All-Pro team and ahead of Alex Highsmith. I'm sorry, I love you, T.J. You balling, but Highsmith was the dude this year. He should have been on that team playing. And I'm trying to think of this kid for the Eagles. I think it's the safety. Um, I'll think of his name later on, but he should have been all pro as well. Cause that kid could, man, he had a great year as well. And Bradbury, the cornerback, that's his name, Bradbury. He had a great year as well. And I don't know why he was not mentioned to the Pro Bowl as well, because he stopped people from throwing to his side. He said, "You gonna throw somewhere else." And lastly, one more, Jared Goff. I mean, Goff has always been, he can't do this, he can't do that. But tell me he's not one of the main reasons the Lions aren't winning. I wish somebody would tell me that he's not, because he's one of the main reasons the Lions are doing what they're doing. And Kirk Cousins, you only there because you on a 10-2, 11-2 team. Goff has outplayed you this year, so Goff should have been on there as well.
All right, Red, jump in there, man.
Personally, I'm happy they got the nod. Chris Lindstrom, offensive guard for my Falcons. I think it was well deserved. I think it's the first of many. So congratulations, Chris Lindstrom, for your Pro Bowl selection. Pro Bowl snub. I think I might agree with Coach. As far as quarterbacks, I don't know how. I mean, Geno Smith had a good year early, but it seemed like he kind of fell off late. And he still made the team. Also, how did T.J. Watt make the team? He was out for the first 5 or 6 weeks. So I think whoever T.J. Watt made the team over, they definitely got snubbed. So I guess those are the ones I can think of right off the top of my head right now. But I'm definitely happy for Chris Lindstrom for my Falcons making the Pro Bowl, one of the top offensive guards in the NFL. So good job, Chris.
All righty. Let's see what Reverend Nation got to say about this. Brett Martin still is reverent over Coach's comments about Franco Harris. We'll go back to that. Franco understood the assignment for his football, gave back out of humility, showed appreciation for the game. Brett Martin's glad about Chris Lindstrom. Dante said Derek Brown. It's snub for him.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anybody else feel like somebody was snubbed? Feel free to chime in. Is that Bill Clinton behind Coach on the wall?
What, Jerome? You sure are looking hard in a man's house. I can't even see that picture.
Oh man. Goodness gracious, man.
Oh,
Coach, he sound like bugging out from Do the Right Thing, don't he? Remember you went up and said
again, I mean, who is it? It's JFK while you talking, asking it's JFK. But again, I'm just happy for the brother. He's spelling all his words right. He's using correct grammar. Hey, small victories, baby. Small victories. That's all you got to look for, small victories.
Leave Coach alone, man. That's 2 shots at him, man. That's enough for the day, man.
He keep coming because I got plenty for him. Because all I have to do is open a dictionary up and just scare him off. He won't be back.
All right, man. That concludes 5 for 5, man. All right, let's see. Happy for those Eagles who made the Pro Bowl. Javon Hargreaves was my snub. 10 sacks. DT's playing top level, but okay. And
8 players that make it, Dana. They couldn't get everybody now.
Somebody from other teams did do well this year, so you couldn't have the whole thing.
Can't have all Eagles make it.
I know you said somebody didn't do it. Aaron Donald.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's get to these reports. We gotta be short on these reports because we got some 1:00 games today on Saturday in the NFL that we got to pick. So you got 3-minute limit for your reports. So keep it in there. All right, here we go. That red, black, and white. Get up, red. It's up
Uh-oh.
All right, here we go.
on you first. All right, let's do it. Here we go.
What?
That red, white, and that black. That red, white, and that black. That red, white, and that black. My TV win the check, no stats. That red, white, and that black. With the Falcons on the map. That A1, that game plan, so it ain't no looking back.
That red, white, and that black.
Boom. All right, fellas. What we got with the Falcons report this week? Well, the season is winding down, fellas. At 5-9 right there, the playoffs are looking slim reality right now. It's getting to the point I'm looking more for the draft pick. Well, we're going to end up in a draft pick to take another high player to help my team than worrying about the playoffs. Arthur Smith finally made the move to start Desmond Ritter. It was a okay start, you know what I'm saying? His wide receivers didn't really help him out too much. The play call didn't even help the kid out too much. So let's see how we look today in about 30 minutes. So I'll see Desmond Ritter's next start today. That'll give me a better judgment on how he's looking going forward to the future. But I am happy that we made the move. I'm not happy that we wasted 13 games on Marcus Mariota to make the move. But hey, that's Arthur's decision, and hopefully he knows what he's doing. But if he don't, guess what? He'll be gone next year, because I doubt Arthur Blank is going to keep Smith around after 3 losing seasons now. And no matter what these delusional Falcons fans say about, man, Arthur Smith, he's doing good with what he got. Oh, dude, he don't have 2 losing seasons, okay? So you can delusion it however you want to, Falcon fans. The man has had 2 losing seasons for us, okay? And don't spare me all talk when you talk about the cap space and when we sign all these players. Is that all of a sudden going to make Arthur Smith a better coach? I don't think so, but we'll see. And when you delusional fans have egg on your face again, you'll see that I was right. The man ain't really that good of a coach, okay? But we'll see. Going forward, we'll see. Done.
All right. That is our Falcons report, and we see that Red is not happy with his coach right about right now. So we'll see what happens. Let's see. Rise
What
up.
is Jerome talking about again?
Ritter looked terrible in his first game. My bad. Way to go, Chris Lindstrom. All right, Coach, you're on deck, man. Black and yellow, black and yellow. You ready? Here we go. Boom.
Yeah, you know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah, you know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
All right, today we got the Immaculate Reception game against the Raiders, and the Steelers are gonna pull out some nice uniforms that got Franco Harris patch. They're gonna be those old school uniforms. So I hope they come out and play well. They still have a chance at that streak of Mike Tomlin having what kind of season I forgot. Oh, sure. Season of winning record, which a lot of people can't seem to stand. They say that's the only reason he's still coaching. I'm like, really? But hey, you ignore that. I hope they come out today. They haven't beaten the Raiders in, it's been about 4 years since we beat the Raiders. So we got to do something today. So let's see what we can do. Steelers report.
All righty. All right, real quickly, man. Y'all feel good about your teams going forward?
I feel good next year. Not this year. This year to me is over with, real. And the only thing I can look forward to going forward is Ritter can have an off season, maybe a full year to start, and we might have to get another player on the side of London, because London, Lord have mercy, that was not a good start with your quarterback the first game. But I don't want to poo-poo it too much, Rev, because like I say, we might come out today and look a little better. So going forward, I guess I'm a mixed bag right now. I'm not having too much faith in Smith, but I do like the players that we got. That's the thing. And I like the GM that we got too. So I guess right now I'm just red like Trey Young. I got an issue with my coach.
Now you do know The Falcons mathematically are still in. Game behind the Buccaneers.
That's the biggest tease of the year right there.
With three
y'all know the Falcons are done.
With 3 more games to play. Everybody, as crazy as it sounds, in the NFC South has a chance to win the NFC South.
Yep.
That is absolutely crazy. Absolutely.
Well, I'll tell you this. I think Carolina going to lose today. Detroit. I think Tampa's going to lose to, I don't forget who they play, but somebody good. I think it's the Bengals. And if the Falcons some way figure out a way to beat the Ravens, yeah, this tease is going to get a little bit bigger. But who knows, Real? Who knows? I tell you what, we can't have Arthur Smith calling plays like he did last week if we think we're going to get a win.
All right, the question is, Rev, are you a Falcons fan? Yes, I am a Falcons fan, but I am an emotionless Falcons fan. So there's nothing that they do that moves me one way or another. It's like I have Novocaine. I can't feel nothing they do right now. All right. So that's why I let Red do all the talking.
That's very understandable. I understand that completely.
That's what we call the Matt Ryan effect on Red.
Yeah.
All right. So,
it's about to be the Arthur Smith effect on me.
Okay. I know it was an honest question. I just wanted to be clear about my answer. Just I haven't gone anywhere. Let me ask one more thing of Red real quickly, and then we'll get into these picks. And Red, try to do this in 30 seconds. What do you need to see from Ridder to be satisfied with him being the Falcons quarterback going into next season?
Well, I need to see more than 97 yards in a game. Also, just chemistry with your receivers. I like this aggressiveness last week. He did come out trying to push the ball down the field. So I guess just more potent. What's the word I'm looking for?
More accuracy, but the pass.
Yeah, more accuracy, more potency when he called the plays, or more poise. You know what I'm saying? Just take your time, read the defense. Mostly, yeah, just how he reads the defense, how he gets the ball into his playmaker's hand. Just simple quarterback stuff that I'm watching going forward. Like I say, he didn't completely. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Coach, real quickly before we jump on these picks, what do you need to see from Kenny Pickett for you to be satisfied going into next season for the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Just throwing downfield. I mean, everybody see you can throw the little short out routes and little 5-yard ends, but I need to see you throw to George Pickett for 50 yards sometime. Deontay Johnson. He got one of the best wide receiver combos in the NFL. And then you got Freiermuth who's going to catch everything over the middle. You got the weapons. Throw it down there. You got Steven Sims who running a 4.40. I mean, come on, man. Throw the ball downfield. Take a chance. I mean, you win, you lose. I mean, hey, it ain't going to hurt nothing. Throw downfield and show the teams. Take the top off some of them teams who know you ain't going to throw down the field.
All right, quick question. Last question before we move on. Your Steelers are 6-8, 3 more games to play. They need to win all 3 to keep Mike Tomlin's record intact of never having a losing season as a coach. Do they do it for the coach?
They have dedicated themselves to doing it. Now, today with Oakland, that's going to be the toughest game. I mean, Las Vegas. That's going to be the toughest game because Las Vegas, for whatever reason, got our number and beat us 4 straight years. I don't know what it is. And Baltimore, we split with Baltimore. And I hope, and I'm going to beg for Lamar Jackson to be on that field. Because for some ungodly reason, I told you all last time, Tyler Huntley beats us. I don't know how it happens, but he beats us. And Lamar on the field, we know how to play Lamar. And then the Cleveland Browns, they got Deshaun Watson, who he doesn't need some more massages. He'll be better next year. He's not ready this year. He just needs to massage it on out and be ready next year.
I don't know, Coach. That might be a good one right there at the end.
Hold on tight, Coach. You squirted around my question. You said they will dedicate themselves. That ain't the question.
Are they gonna win?
Are they going? So Tomlin will be 9-8 to preserve.
Yes, sir. He'll be 9-8.
Good job, Coach. I like that conviction.
I gotta watch it. All right, here it is. Last comments. P's coming with the icy hot today.
Icy hot.
Do better first half. Saints knocked out Dean Pease, so our defense was off. Trade Pitts for assets. And
Our defense was off because we knocked out Dean Pease. Okay, that's a good one, Anthony.
Really needs some more confidence, improve his accuracy, read the defense properly. Basically, better. That's basically what Matt Ryan needed to do in year 14, 15, 16, 17.
Pretty good. I come close what we said. Thanks for repeating me in real word for word, Jerome.
All right, gentlemen, let's make these NFL picks. We'll give our standings. We'll see that everything is right in Pick'em land. This is where we are. Red is 57-2. Went 5-4 last week. The good Reverend increased his lead to 3 games over Coach and Red with a 6-3 record last week. Coach went 6-3. And Amani, there's no need to mention him, especially. We'll move forward. And, we see we got a race. We got a race. They got to try to pick up some ground on the good Reverend. But, once I get a lead, I normally keep it. But
here we go. Here you go. You knew it was coming.
Red went on the limb and almost came up with that upset with the Dolphins over Buffalo last week.
Almost. And I should have took the upset with the Jags. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm more mad at myself for picking the Cowboys in the Dolphins game.
All right, gentlemen. So we're going to get ready to do some pick'ems real quickly. And I got to move some of these games around because some of the games that we have at the bottom don't really have that much of a consequence. So I'm going to move these games around for better pick'em drama. All right. Let's see. There we go. Let's do that right there. Do that right there. All right, let's do it. Here we go. First game. Let me. I got some holiday pick'em music today.
Okay.
All right.
I thought you were going to surprise us with the Hollison Christmas Run DMC from Die Hard.
Nah. All right, let's jump into it. Raiders versus the Steelers. It's on me. The Raiders go into Pittsburgh. Kenny Pickett, starting quarterback. It's going to be real, real cold. So that's going to hurt the aerial attack of the Las Vegas Raiders. I don't see my boy who went over there from the Packers to L.A. Devontae Adams doing much in the frigid temperature below freezing. So I'm going to roll with Coach's Steelers to beat the Raiders tonight in cold Pittsburgh. Red, who you got?
Coach, that's your fire alarm going off?
No.
I'm with you, Rev. I'm with Coach and Steelers. Coach convinced me that Steelers gonna be playing for Mike Tomlin's winning record, and I believe they will too. And the Raiders, man, I know, Coach, they don't beat you the last few years, but this is a game you gotta think. Was Josh McDaniels coaching last few years? We know He's a choker. So now, even if y'all start off bad, he'll keep y'all in the game. So I think I'm gonna go with the Steelers with this one.
Coach, who you got?
Well, it's a double-edged sword. The Steelers gonna win, but Rev, I noticed that in the fantasy football that you are going against me this week, and I need Josh Jacobs to have a good game, but he can't have that good a game because I want him to lose.
I don't want him to have a great game either.
I know.
I don't want all them Steelers you got on the roster to have a good game either.
Yeah, I think I'm in trouble on the fantasy. I think I'm gonna get upset because Josh Jacobs, Steelers might hold him to 50 yards, and then I'm gonna be like, "Oh Lord, here we go."
I'm hoping Josh Allen. We'll get to him in just a second. But anyway, all right. So you got the Steelers.
Yeah.
All right. On to the next one: Falcons versus the Ravens. Who you got, Red?
Oh boy, I have absolutely no idea why I'm going with my Falcons because I should. The Ravens are a better team, but I just got a feeling that the game I don't think we're gonna do something to be the game we actually do something. And I know we got one more win coming this year. I thought it might be against Arizona next week. It might be against the Ravens this week. I don't think we beat Tampa Bay in the last game. So it's either going to be, I know the Falcons are going to win 6 games this year. Might be this week, might be next week. I'll take us for this week. It's just hard for me to pick against them. When I know the Ravens quarterback ain't Lamar Jackson, you got Tyler Huntley starting. Well, he don't really scare me too much. So I'm going to go with my Falcons.
Coach, who you got?
Tyler Huntley may not scare you, but Desmond Ritter's still learning. He gonna have a better game than last week, but that defense gonna try to make him honest. He gonna have a much better game, and hopefully Drake London will hold on to the ball. But I'm going with the Ravens. I hate to say that because I need y'all to beat the Ravens, but I gotta go with the unfortunately with the Ravens for Rev's sake, because I know he's gonna try to pull away. Now he got that pull away look in his eye.
I'm going to roll with the Ravens as well. I should have really gone with the Saints last week over the Falcons, knowing that was Ritter's first game as a starter. And it was really going to be highly unlikely for him to go on the road and pull off that upset. I don't see him going into a cold, frigid Baltimore to pull up an upset. So I'm going to roll with the Ravens as well. On to the next game. The Commanders versus the 49ers in California. Who you got, Coach?
Oh, man, if the 49ers don't win this about 10 or 20 games, there'd be something wrong.
10 to 20 points, you mean?
Yeah, 20 points, yeah. 49ers, that defense is too much.
Yeah, I'm rocking with you with the 49ers as well. McCaffrey, since he's been on the team, the 49ers have been playing lights out, man. And they're doing that work even without Deebo Samuel, who's on the bench, which I'm glad about it since Coach is on, has him on the team.
Another man lost for me.
So I'm going with the 49ers. Who you got, Red?
It's a sweet 49ers. I mean, with mistakes Tyler Haneke be making, make these mistakes against the Niners, there's going to be some pick sixes, some fumbles. Like I say, I think Tyler Haneke, he might make it a worse game than if he wasn't playing, because the Niners going to be ready to turn that ball over and stuff. That defense is ferocious, and Purdy, he just need to just keep managing the game. So Niners all the way.
Dante pulling up the upset. I would have believed him more if he had pulled the president. I smell an upset.
And waved his hand.
All right. On to the next game. It's on me, Seahawks versus the Chiefs. Y'all know where I'm going. My homeboy is setting himself up to get another playoff run. I like great season, Geno Smith, but you know Patrick Mahomes. And I need Patrick Mahomes to feed McKinnon. He's been on a tear at the running back position, and I need him to be on a tear since I picked him up this week on fantasy to go against Coach. I need another 30-point fantasy game for McKinnon. So feed him, Patrick Mahomes, boy. Feed him till McKinnon wants no more. Give me the Chiefs, all right? Who you got, Greg?
This is simple. KC. Seahawks, they were doing good early, but you can't handle KC right now. They in the zone. I know they struggled with whoever they were struggling with last week, but Seahawks gonna be ready. Seahawks, they ain't ready for this fight. Offensive firepower. They in Kansas City too. Mahomes gonna put it on them.
Coach, who you got?
Seahawks gonna get served up on the plate by the chefs. It's gonna be over with.
All right, on to the next game. Red, it's on you. The Packers versus the Dolphins. This game is in Miami. Who you got?
And that's why I'm going with the Dolphins. It's in a more better climate for them, their offense to get off. If it was in Green Bay, man, I might be thinking different. But in Miami, no cold weather. Tua and Tyrese and Waddle, they about to have a field day on Green Bay. Miami, especially after that close loss last week, they got to bounce back.
Now it's going to be cold for Miami's sake, but it's not cold like in the rest of the East Coast. It's going to be like 50 some odd degrees.
Oh, I'm still taking Miami.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coach, who you got, man?
I'm going with the Packers. I think Aaron Rodgers is about to turn this thing around. He doesn't have anything to lose. What he got to lose? He about to try to make the playoffs. So, and the Dolphins have been struggling for whatever reason. Their defense is starting to give up a little too much. So I'm going with the Packers. And Rev, I hope you feel the same as Red.
This is a tough one for me right here, man, because I'm sure I don't bump in the defense too much so I can continue to massage my lead. I already went against Red on one, so now I got to go against you and another one. Give me the Dolphins in this game. I think the Dolphins will take care of the Packers. I think the Dolphins had a wake-up call last week. They know how much this game means to them in their positioning in order to get into the playoffs. I think they have a little bit more offensive firepower than the Packers. If this game were next year with the receivers having a little bit more experience for the Packers, I would be more inclined to go with the Packers. If this year we're in Green Bay, I probably would go with the Packers, but this game is in Miami, and they have a lot of thoroughbreds on that Miami team that I don't think the Green Bay Packers can keep up with. So give me the Dolphins.
Thank you.
All right, so I got my one game away from Red and one game away from Coach. Let's go on to the next one. It's on you, Coach. Bengals versus Patriots. Who you got?
Patriots are still a little warm behind last week, so Belichick gonna get them ready. But I don't think he's gonna get them ready for Cool Joe. I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
And I gotta go with you with the Bengals. Joe Burrow is in his bag right now. He seems to get better as the season progresses. I do not like going against one Joe Burrow once he gets his groove. And just to see how they stayed poised last week when the Buccaneers was clearly dominating them in the first half, and one quarter, the third quarter, just flipped the game right over, and Joe Burrow took advantage of the opportunities that the defense of the Cincinnati Bengals gave him. So I'm not going against the Bengals. I got to root with them. Who you got, Red?
Oh, Bengals. It's simple. Joe Burrow in his zone. The defense playing good. They're becoming unstoppable right now. The Bengals.
All right, we got the Giants versus the Vikings.
Yeah.
This game is on me. This is a tough one for me. I'm not a real big Kirk Cousins guy, but since this game is in Minnesota, I like Kirk Cousins over Brother Jones, the quarterback for the Giants. And I think what the Vikings did last week against the Colts, that picked me up, that really probably mobilized this team to really finish out the season strong. So I'm going with the Vikings. Who you got, Red?
Vikings all the way. Giants, it was a good win for them last week, but they in Minnesota right now. And these Vikings, man, for some reason, even if they start off slow, they always find a way to get back in the game and win. And I don't think Daniel Jones can, if he start off slow or even get behind, I don't think he can pump the Giants back to a victory like Kirk Cousins can. So I'm taking the Vikings.
Go!
I'll take the Giants. Saquon has got a renaissance going. Hard to stop Dalvin Cook. He's been okay. I don't trust Kirk Cousins in big games. Somehow he decides he don't want to say you like that anymore because they don't like it. So I'm going with the Giants.
All right, Coach goes on the other side. Last game was on you, Coach. Eagles versus Cowboys, and Sister Dana Brickus is eagerly listening to your choice in this game.
Dana, your quarterback is Garner Minshew. You got him as quarterback. So I don't know how he's going to be able to withstand, but I don't trust the Cowboys and Dak Prescott. Eagles.
Oh, you got the Eagles. Oh, my goodness. I got to preach to a bunch of Eagles fans tomorrow.
See that number, Rev? Touchdown. An interception by Dak in the last 4 games. 10.
Ah, man, this is tough for me. I don't see Minshew going into Dallas beating them, and I think the worst thing for the Eagles in this game was for the Cowboys to lose to the Jaguars last week. The Cowboys have been looking for this game for the past 3 weeks, which almost cost them the game against the Texans. And it did cost them against the Jaguars. I think they're going to have laser focus. And I think this is their Super Bowl today. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys. I'm glad I'm safe there. Red, who you got, man?
Like I say, if the Cowboys let Gardner Minshew come into Dallas and beat them, Dak, you get beat by Gardner Minshew, dude, just forget about it. Okay, Cowboys might forget about it, but I think the Cowboys will win based solely because Hurts ain't playing, and they a little pumped up, especially after that loss last week. So, Cowboys, it's do or die, and I think they're gonna do now. They'll probably die later, but no Hurts. This best chance the Cowboys got to pulling off this victory. I think they'll do it because they know how important this game is, and it's the game they've been looking forward to for the past month. So it's here, Cowboys. You finally got the opportunity to show the world that you can handle the Eagles. Well, let's see it. We're gonna see it. I'm picking the Cowboys.
All right, that concludes our pick'em. So we're gonna have some movement next week because Coach jumped out there a few times. So we'll see what happens on this week. I got a feeling.
Some tell me I'll be in second place alone next week.
Yeah, I may be down there with our money.
I got a feeling my lead is about to increase. That's what I got a feeling about. But nevertheless, let's see. Cowboys got that virus. They better hydrate. All right. We'll forego you have the right today because Red has sprung on us a couple of Christmas topics, and we know that Christmas is tomorrow. So we'll forego you have the right this week to go with the Christmas topics. We'll jump into them right quick. Revenant Nation, feel free to join us. We'll start with this one. Favorite Christmas movie. Favorite Christmas movie. And this is obviously Red. Red is the entertainment guy on the crew. So, anytime he can intertwine Christmas or entertainment with sports, he's going to do it. And he used Christmas as his vehicle to get us talking about some movies today. Nevertheless, we'll go with Red. What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Well, this should come as no surprise to most folks. I just say one word. Yippee-ki-yay, mofo. If you don't know what I'm talking about with that, then how about Christmas in Hollis by Run DMC? But Yippee-ki-yay, mofo should have done it. Of course, it's Die Hard, 1998. Probably one of the greatest action films around. Definitely a Christmas movie. I know it's been a big debate throughout the years. Is it a Christmas movie? But yes, it is definitely a Christmas movie. Now, the Die Hard 2, maybe not so much. You can probably say, well, that's just a movie set at Christmas. But Die Hard has the Christmas tone all throughout the film. It is definitely a Christmas movie. The director said it. The star said it. And most movie buffs have said it. It is definitely a Christmas movie, which makes it my favorite Christmas movie. Now, if we're doing any honorable mentions, I'll probably have to go Home Alone and Scrooged. But Die Hard will always be number one.
All right, Coach, jump in there, man. Your favorite Christmas movie?
The Best Man Holiday. Had a good cast. Good. A lot of good things happened. Had some drama. Had comedy. It had some of everything you want. it had everything you wanted. And it was a good movie. Honorable mention. And this is a shock, y'all. The Preacher's Wife. It's hard to go against Denzel in any kind of. I can't believe that man tried to go against Denzel for Whitney Houston. That was a pretty one messed up. But hey, those two will be my tops.
Coach definitely took my favorite, the Best Man Holiday. The Best Man Holiday just gave you an array of emotions. It gave you laughter. It gave you sadness. And I guess with my background being in ministry and kind of realizing how some people can forecast how they're about to cross over, it was just one of the touching moments when that part where they were singing that song, Fall on Your Knees. I know that's not the name of the song. When Morris Chestnut's wife just stood up and just went into the presence of God worshiping, you already knew that that was like symbolic of her getting ready to cross over to the other side because she was battling with cancer. That's probably one of the most heart-wrenching moments that I've ever seen in a movie. And, you know, I guess we could also be prisoners of the moment because the Best Man Final Chapters came out on Thursday, and it is absolutely phenomenal. They could really add more seasons to it, and I would not be surprised if they do add some more to it. And if you haven't seen it, it's great. I don't necessarily have an honorable mention. I don't think Jerry Maguire happened during Christmas, did it?
Jerry Maguire? Who in the world said that?
I said it. That's why.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
Holy
oh,
Night. Thank you, Jerome. It's All Holy Night. Yes.
Oh, Holy Night.
Oh, okay, Rev. You thought? Oh, you said? Oh, you're a Jerry Maguire fan, Rev?
I'm a huge Jerry Maguire fan. Huge.
Yeah, I love the movie. I just didn't think. I never heard nobody say that was a Christmas movie.
I just
though.
thought it happened around Christmas for some strange reason. I don't,
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
But
definitely an excellent movie.
yeah, but definitely Best Man Holiday got it. And there's some decent Christmas movies that BET has produced recently. Prime Video, Netflix. They got some really good movies. You know, it ain't huge box office movies, but if you need some time to just watch some stuff to get you in the holiday spirit, check out Netflix, Prime. They got some real good movies. I saw about 3 this past week that really kept my attention. All right. Next thing. Let's see. That's why Rev laughed when I said Bob Sugar.
Bob Sugar.
All right. Here it is. This is also from Red. Sports Christmas wish. Coach, what's your sports Christmas wish?
Before he retires, Tomlin wins another Super Bowl. Some kind of way before he retires, he wins another Super Bowl.
Okay, so that won't be this year. This is future.
No.
Okay, all right. Yeah, what's your sports Christmas wish?
Well, jumping on the fact that my college football team and baseball team won championships in the past year, my sports Christmas was that another Atlanta sports team some way figure out a way to win another championship so we can at least keep the championship tradition going in Atlanta, or at least build on it or start another one. Maybe now I'm not sure which team it would be, the Hawks, Braves, or Falcons. The team that has a chance, it'll probably be the Braves or the Bulldogs again, but I just want another championship in the local Atlanta area in the next 2 or 3 seasons, please. That would be my Christmas wish list. Or do we need to keep it within this year?
I mean, you about to get one in a couple of weeks.
Oh yeah, well, hopefully, yeah. My Christmas wish list, I just go with my Bulldogs. My Christmas wish list, my Bulldogs repeat, and keep the college football world on notice that UGA is the team to be reckoned with here and now.
Okay.
All right, Best Man Holiday and Home Alone. Yeah, that's right. That Home Alone got 3 or 4 movies out of it.
Yep.
Pretty good one. My sports Christmas wish is for Trae Young to be humble. That's my sports Christmas wish, so that the Atlanta Hawks can build something that's solid. They can find players that will come into a good culture and climate so that they can really build something that's sustainable for the long term. We know culture is very important in the NBA. That's why the Golden State Warriors have had a good run. That's why the San Antonio Spurs back in the day had a good run. That's why the Chicago Bulls had a good run, so forth and so on. And the Hawks need to build a culture just like what the Boston Celtics are doing right now. They are building a culture which will set up them winning a championship. And it's probably very likely that the Boston Celtics win that championship this year because of their culture. So I need I need Trae Young to buy into a winning culture and not a selfish culture. So that's my Christmas wish. Hello to you, Brother Jackson. Jerome K says that his Christmas wish is the Sixers win the NBA Finals. Sister Brickets, Eagles Super Bowl champs. I need another parade. I could forego that one this time.
Here we go.
Jerome said Young may need a strong vet around him in the locker room, like a point guard vet who could knock him out and lock him up in practice and bow him in the mouth.
It sounds like he need to get knocked out.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen. Well, we thank you for allowing us to have a good show. We want to praise God for Coach's Wi-Fi. That hamster did a great job keeping that wheel going. So big ups to the hamster that kept Coach's Wi-Fi up and running in the SIP. And there's some football being played at this time, so we got off.
Coach, let me say, Coach, for the 262, I used one of your favorite players, so I know you'll be proud of it. Kareem. I said him and Jordan both have 6 rings, and they both have at least 2 + 2, 4 MVPs. And I said they won 2 of their MVPs while they were winning 6 of those rings.
I had Jason Kelce ready.
Oh, okay. They were last minute, so.
Well, everybody, happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays, y'all. Hopefully we can warm up soon because it is cold.
Fellowship and food with the family on Christmas. Because I'm a preacher, I don't know what your religious affiliation is, but I got to say Jesus is the reason for the season. Hope you all will enjoy your time of giving with your family. We'll be back next Saturday, 11 o'clock for the Red and Red Sports Show. Thank you, Reverend Night Nation, for hanging out with the boys, Red, and Coach, and Amani, the bottom feeder in our NFL schedule.
Merry Christmas, Reverend Night Nation. Merry Christmas to all our fans. We appreciate you and we love you.
No doubt about it. Peace and love. We're out of here.